With San Francisco set to kick off training camp this week, arguably the player I'm most excited to see is their second-year player, Renardo Green. The cornerback out of Florida State was a real breakout rookie last year. He received a PFF grade of 69.2, which was 56th among 220 cornerbacks, and his 9 pass breakups ranked 11th. And heading into the 2025 season, he should receive more opportunities as San Francisco moved off Charvarius Ward this offseason, and I think he's going to get the absolute most out of those opportunities because his new defensive coordinator in Robert Saleh has really proven over the years to be able to develop players as well as put him in the best position for success. One thing he can do for San Francisco's secondary immediately, for instance, is start to bring some of his exotic blitzes, generate pressure, and speed up the quarterback's timing, really making the quarterback feel under pressure every single time he drops back. But in this video, I do want to focus a little bit more on Renardo Green and why I believe he's going to be a perfect fit in Robert Saleh's defense and honestly improve in his second year. To do this, I wanted to examine some of his film from last year and some of his techniques that really showed off almost veteran level savviness at such a young age. Initially starting out, one of the things that really shocked me about Renardo Green's pass coverage was the variety of press coverages he had. He had a two-handed press, a one-handed press, and a no-contacted press technique, and he understood when to pull each one out and executed it at a high level. Initially starting out with his two-handed jam technique, for instance, it's really a high-risk, high-reward type of play. And on this play with Tyreek Hill trying to run his streak, if he's not able to get his hands on him and disrupt this route, we all know Tyreek Hill has the speed to absolutely burn him. But on this play, Renardo Green's technique is near perfect. First, he does an excellent job of mirroring his route, then starts disrupting them with both of his hands, and at the point where he has to, not a second sooner, he starts turning his hips with this wide receiver, and he's just so fluid doing it. You can see how he's running with him, keeping his eyes on him, and it's not like he's struggling at all on this play. And as it progresses downfield, pay attention to what Renardo Green's looking at. He's staring at Tyreek Hill's eyes the entire time, and as soon as they get wide, he starts to turn his head back to the ball as not to draw the PI, then does an excellent job of actually locating it, and he's the sole reason Tyreek Hill doesn't score on this play. And frankly, I don't know many rookies with the skill and confidence to pull out a two-handed jam, manned up on Tyreek Hill in the end zone, but Renardo Green has that. The other jam technique that he pulls out routinely on his film is the one-handed jam. That's a little bit less risky than the two-handed jam, but you also disrupt the wide receiver's route far less. And on this play, once again, this wide receiver will be running a streak pattern with Renardo Green manned up on him. And on this play specifically, I love how Renardo Green is using his hand closest to the quarterback to press this wide receiver because it helps him open up his hips and start running with him. You can really see how it's a seamless transition. This fluidity allows him to play a lot faster than his 40 time would suggest. And like we saw once again last play, Renardo Green's keeping his eyes on the wide receiver's eyes, and then once his eyes get big, he's playing the ball. The final press technique I want to highlight is the no contact press, where Renardo Green doesn't touch the wide receiver at all, and while it's the least risky, it's also extremely challenging. You don't get the benefit of actually disrupting the wide receiver's route, so you really need to mirror him the entire time, and if he uses a double move on you and you jump on it, the play's over and you're going to be highlighted in a big way and not in a positive way. But on this play, Renardo Green is executing at once again an extremely high level. Here, for instance, what I really want to pay attention to with his man running a streak is where Renardo Green's eyes are. The entire time, he's watching his hips. So once he opens them up to run this streak pattern, Renardo Green also knows he needs to run down the field and open up his hips. He does just that, and I love how he always is high pointing the ball to break up these passes. While these press man techniques often set up Renardo Green for success on his rep, they're not the only thing that make him a successful man coverage corner. Green is also an extremely aggressive corner. He can quickly identify the play the offense is running, like here on his lone interception on the year, jump the route, and then try to return it all the way for a touchdown. This isn't to say he's always right on his initial read. Here, for instance, he thinks this man is going to the outside on this out route, so he jumps it, thinking he can maybe get another interception, but because he quickly turns his hips, Renardo Green is left recovering. Due to his athleticism though, he's able to once again get on top of this wide receiver and eventually it breaks up the pass on this play. so even though he wasn't right on this play, he made himself right by the way he recovered. Another great aspect to his man coverage game is his ability to trail a wide receiver across the field on drag patterns. Here for instance, you can see how he essentially breaks up this pass, and once again here facing the Buccaneers, he's able to trail this man even with all this traffic coming at him. Perhaps where Green surprised me the most though was just how smart of a rookie he was. On this play for instance, he's in man coverage, but because his man motions over, he understands he's responsible for the tight end, breaks off towards him, and then just locks him down throughout this rep, ultimately forcing the incompletion. In a similar way in his zone coverage, Green shows off great football IQ. Here for instance, the Seahawks are running a bench pattern with San Francisco running cover 2, which essentially isolates Green. He can either jump on the out pattern or the corner pattern, but he's able to do both on this play, first taking away Metcalf, and then once he sees Geno Smith going to the corner route, he jumps on that and ultimately forces the incompletion on this play. Once again, I don't know many rookies doing this. In a similar way here going against the Dolphins, Green is responsible for the flat, but pay attention to how he disrupts this entire combination. He understands Tyreek Hill is coming right at him, blows him up, and then covers his man, breaking off to the outside, and ultimately Tua has nowhere to go with this ball. Green has also done a great job of keeping his eyes on the quarterback in zone coverage so he can jump these routes. Like here against the Lions, he breaks up this pass to Sam Laporta. Important as coverage skills are for a corner, maybe equally important for San Francisco's defense is their willingness to come up and make tackles in the running game, and Green showed that off all throughout the year. On this play for instance, Green engages with this wide receiver, reads where the back is going, sheds his block, and then makes the open field tackle. This is some textbook stuff. In a similar way here, Green's ability to come up and make a tackle in the open field is the difference between the Lions making maybe a touchdown on this play versus a minimal gain. And this is only what Renardo Green was able to show off as a true rookie in the NFL. So heading into his second year, I expect him to only improve. Not only is he going to add a little bit more weight, he's going to continue to refine some of the techniques we focused on in this video. The biggest reason for my belief in him doing this is his new defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh, and his work ethic. This is what he did coming out of college, and now he even has a better coach to really draw on. On top of that, I believe Renardo Green will be able to build consistency as the season goes, as he's the day one starter unlike last year. But now, I want to hear your thoughts about Renardo Green entering Robert Saleh's defense and what you think realistic expectations are for him entering his second year in the league. Do you think he's going to have a sophomore slump or a breakout year like I do? It would also mean a ton to me if you did enjoy this video, if you could go ahead and like and subscribe. It truly does help out the channel a ton, and as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.